Welcome to the Early Educator podcast. We talk about everything that you need when it comes to growing your business, overcoming obstacles, and making an impact on not only the children in your care, but to your community and your family. My name is Blake, and today to my left we have Cinta Hester, who is the Executive Director of Our Daily Bread CACFP, and we have Philip Hester to my right, and he is the President of Our Daily Bread CACFP. Guys, how's it going?
Hello.
Going great.
Going good.
Going great.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, it's been a minute. We've been gone for a minute. We've been away, but it's okay. We're back. It's summer and it takes time off and back and forth. People take out time here and there. So we're glad to be back. Bring some more value and stuff. If you guys haven't already, be sure to check out our other episodes. We hope you enjoy those. But you guys have anything exciting you got going on? Been going on since we've been gone? You want to mention or anything?
Just summertime.
It's
getting summer.
Summertime.
Still early summer, but
yeah,
hot. And vacation time. It's a time to enjoy the outdoors, and man, it's a good time of year.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I know with Our Daily Bread, we were doing some taking root stuff. If you're an educator who got your garden, hope you enjoy that, and hope your kiddos are enjoying it. We've been getting some photos and stuff actually on social media too, so it's been nice to see those. So, and if you have photos too and you're on social media, feel free to tag us, Our Daily Bread CACFP. We would love for you to tag us and let us know how it's going. But yeah, we have a good talk for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoy. And of course, you probably saw the title by now. But and yes, this is inspired by the Three Little Pigs, if you're wondering. And so mainly, this came to my mind mainly from me. If you've been listening or if you don't know me, I have two kids. One's 3 and one's 2. And with our kids, one of the stories that they've been interested in lately is the Three Little Pigs, and they like reading that one. And it had me thinking, because we've been reading it over and over and over. It had me thinking how it can relate to just the business aspect of being a child care educator and just the business in general. Because I was thinking how, the first pig built their house of straw, and the big bad wolf comes, blows it down, and the other one builds with sticks. Same thing happens. He puts a little more effort, blows it down. And then the third pig builds with bricks, and can't break it down. And so I just thought it'd be a good thing to kind of talk about and to get you guys input on. And I guess ultimately what it made me think of was decisions that you make along the way when you have your business. And so what I wanted to ask you guys was, when it comes to making short-term and long-term decisions, what were some decisions that you guys made that you guys had to decide this is a long-term decision that I'm going to make, even though short-term this could fix my problem right now, or I could feel safe, feel comfortable with this short-term decision or whatever. But what are some tough long-term decisions you guys have had to make to make sure that you guys I guess you guys stayed afloat when the big bad wolf came, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in business, a lot of times, you get different business propositions, from people that want to introduce you to another aspect of business or something that can work along with the business that you're doing. And a lot of times that little thing can be shiny and new and have some glitter to it, and you're interested. And then, but it's not always, maybe a proven business model, and so you don't want to just go chasing money or chasing things. You want to make sure that you keep the main thing. And that's one of the decisions that we made to really is to really make that investment into our team with training and really growing people as individuals, not necessarily just growing someone to do a job or to, obviously you want them to train, but the entire person. So we decided that, instead of, taking shorts over here, really making that investment in our team for the long haul. So, when we get people that join this team, we really want one that they really want to be here. Because they really want to be here, they're going to do the work, and they're going to enjoy their job. And with the proper tools and training and that aspect, that gives them more buy-in to do that job. And granted, you can take shorts in that area, but with that investment, that is a long-term decision that that you want to stick with.
Okay, yeah.
So I think a long-term decision that we put in place that we could have, long-term decision we made was in our hiring processes. I don't think that that we could have made a shorter-term decisions was in lieu of everything that happened, everything that was going on in the country. Our hiring process typically is 3 interviews. And so we just kept right along with that long-term decision of 3 interviews, even during what happened with COVID. And so we didn't reevaluate that during everything that was going on with COVID, and even where we are now, or where we are, 3 months ago, when we still needed, 6 months ago, I guess, when we still needed team members. And so I think that we should have shortened that. Because the market became more competitive, and we still was marching right along with the 3 interview process. And with the market more competitive, you can't do that. You can't go, well, we need to interview this person 3 times, especially when you have a superstar come through the door. So you need to reevaluate some of your long-term processes and maybe shorten some things. For instance, in our case, our interview process, which we did, we have now, but that's something you need to shorten. A long-term goal is to interview 3 times. Now shorten that to maybe 2 times. Or like I said, you have a superstar walk through the door and this is it. You might hire this person after they walk out the door, and you look through all of their references. That was something with us. Another thing is we have an executive team that some of the decision making that goes through our organization has to come through the executive team. And we have a protocol for what those things are. So we reevaluated some of those things that had to come through the executive team. And so some of those things now don't have to come to the executive team. They can be decided at the management level, program manager level, or even at the junior director or the operations level now. So that shortens the amount of time that the decision-making process, shortens the amount of time that things are able to get done in our organization. So I think some of those were goals we set in place. And so those were long-term goals, just ongoing. We shortened the time frame for some of those things, and now things in our organization are moving along and getting done a lot faster. So you have to reevaluate your processes and your goals for decision making and things being done and moving along a lot faster within the organization.
Okay. Have you guys ever been tempted to, I guess, kind of build something out of straw instead of building something out of brick? You guys ever think of anything that you might have been tempted to be like, let's just do this the fast way,
Well, I'm gonna step back to
sure.
Some of the decisions too.
Yeah.
Granted, like the big, there's small decisions that you make, and but as a business owner or a leader, a lot of times you feel that you have to make every decision that comes through your door, or every decision that needs to be made. And that's generally where we spend a lot of our time and energy, are on what I would call inconsequential decisions. Because you have consequential decisions and you have inconsequential decisions. The inconsequential decisions are things that we shouldn't spend that much time on, because they have little to no impact on our overall business. Like, for instance, what type of copy paper to buy, or what color pens, or you know, the day-to-day use. You know, how many paper clips to buy. I mean, whatever, or what type of folders. That's inconsequential. So, although it's important, it's not a deal breaker. It's not a make or break your business. So, you know, we want to do things like that. So you want to make those decisions and just move on. And you don't want to tie up a lot of time on that. Your time should be spent on the big things, the big decisions. And like myself, I know that's where I spend a lot of time. The larger the dollar amount or the decision, the more time I'm going to spend on it, and the more research that I'm going to spend. Those are your consequential decisions. And this is where, you know, we should spend more time. A quick story: I had a friend that he went and bought a sports car, and real nice. I don't know if it was a midlife crisis or what, but I was like, "Hey, man, wow! Like, what made you buy this car?" And he was just saying, you know, he said, "Man, I went out to pick up some tomatoes and just ended up at a car lot and bought this car." And I'm thinking, wow. I'm like, that's a bad, to me, that's a bad decision. Because that's a major decision that he made in a very short period of time. And he was like, "Man, I wasn't even looking for a car, but I thought this was cool." Blah. And I thought it was a bad decision, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure he felt after a few months making the car payments that it was a bad decision, unless he had the money to pay cash, which I don't think so. But anyway, that was a major decision that he made in a very short period of time. So you don't want to make those expensive, long-term decisions without doing research and spending a little bit of time on it. But on your consequential decisions, those are things that you do want to bring your team around with you and let them be a part of making some of those consequential decisions.
Okay. Sounds good. Cool. But yeah, have you guys ever, like I was saying earlier, have you guys ever been tempted to make any kind of like short-term decisions or anything, or something that would kind of fix a problem right now, but wouldn't fix it over time?
Yes, I go back to hiring. There's been times when we've been so short-handed and there's been so much work to do, and there's been a litany of candidates that we have interviewed, and we've been like, let's just pick one, let's just pick one to get them in here to get the job done. But obviously it's not the answer, but we have been so tempted to do that. And, to just get a warm body in here. But that definitely would go in the category of just a straw house, building a straw house that would fall hard and fast. But obviously that would not have been the answer. Tempted, but we have not. Because ultimately that would not have been good, and that would roll over into our next segment, I'm sure, but that would not have been good. So we just decided against it, but we've been tempted to do that. But I can't think of other things that we really have been tempted to do in the way of straw in our business, because we've always said, you don't take shorts. You don't take shorts. We've always told our team, you cannot do that. You can't take shorts. And I believe in just being, playing by the book. Philip jokes with people about calling. She's a rule follower. She wants to go exactly. She wants to do exactly this. She wants to do exactly this. And that's just, who I am inside. And so I can't think of anything else that I truly...
Yeah, a lot of times, like if it's a product or a service that we're paying for, sometimes, we get a little discouraged in the amount that certain services or products cost. But let me try to find a little bit cheaper one, and one that does a little bit less, but, can save us some money here. You know, we've done that in some services that we've had and products that we've bought in the past, and you ended up buying that cheaper product, and then you know you're going to put a little bit more money in buying the product that you were really going for. So sometimes, although you may have to tweak your budget a little bit to get a little bit better product or a better service. A lot of times it's best if you can afford that, and it depends on where you're going too. You know, if you know that your goals are to be here, you want a product that can at least take you here. You don't want something that's going to take you a part of the way, because now you got to get that other product or that other service to boost you on up. So no, you want you know, we've had that. And cheaper is not always better, and that's one of the things that we've found out in more ways than one in the business.
I 100% agree. We have, and within our organization, with most things, we have to get 3 estimates anyway. So, but whenever doing anything, you know, always, you know, cheaper in price is not, you know, the best way to go. You know, the best quality product that you can wind up with is going to give you the best bang for your buck. So always, always, always go for the best in quality and not quantity, because it is not going to stretch you that extra mile. And always look out ahead, you know, always look out ahead of where you are. And that is the advice I give anybody. Always be forward thinking and always look out ahead of where you are, and not just for the moment, not just for the month, but look out years ahead of where you want to go. When you're looking for a product, a service, anything of that sort, you know, you have to be forward thinking, because the market, the industry, technology, it's all constantly moving. And if you're standing still, then you're moving backwards.
Yeah. Yep. Good point. Good point. You know, with this too, with kind of like building like with straw or sticks or brick, whatever. This is something that I think too that I kind of want to take a different angle on this too. I think it's also can apply to just our life in general too. What decisions in life do you make out of straw? What decisions do you make out of brick? You know, and so I think meetings can come with that. Like, you know, like for example, like one thing is like, you know, health. You know, what do you decide like health wise temporarily? I want this nice dessert. It's really nice. And it's just for temporary satisfaction. And instead of, you know, just building something off a brick, like just having some like good quality meals, you know, and do your best to feed yourself that. And I think too, like that we could also apply that just to life too in general. And I think it once you start to treat your life like it's brick and build your life on brick, then I think everything else will start building itself on brick too. But yeah, it's so much thought about too. But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, with the child care educators that participate on the program, you know, they're serving children these nutritious meals. And we always encourage our educators, you know, once you get a good handle on your food program and you are receiving enough money to cover some of that a lot of that cost, don't be afraid to amp up the quality of your meals. You know, families are generally busy a lot, and some of the meals that families are serving are nuggets and fries and the burgers. Toss them in the back seat. Kids are traveling to sports events or recitals or whatnot, or just traveling as a family. You know, they get enough of that, you know. So as educators, they're spending the majority of their day with you. You know, let's try to influence good, healthy eating. Like you said, instead of, you know, building that meal proverbially out of straw, you know, build a good foundation of good quality foods that you're giving to the children. And that's very important. And those are things that's going to sustain the child. Those are things that that you may not see right away, but you're going to see those things down the road, because children, their palates are formed at these early ages, and these are things that they're developing taste that's going to last them a lifetime. So these are very important. These meals are very important. But you're talking about health. To me, that would be a very important piece to our child care educators, to make sure that they are serving good quality meals. And these quality meals, they really matter in the lives of these children.
And just real quick, I will say that you can see, you said you might not see it right away. You can see some of the things right away, some of the signs, because, when the children eat, for instance, sugar, something with sugar in it, a lot of sugar in it, you can see them just bouncing off the walls and, something that's not healthy for them that has a lot of sugar in it, candy, those types of things. They're bouncing off the walls. They're going crazy, and then as soon as you can tell that the sugar has left their body or the sugar content, boom, they take a hard fall. But when they eat healthy, nutritious meals, those things sustain them, they feel better, they're healthier, and it's a different kind of energy that they have. So you can see the difference in the actions of the children and the healthy. And, this one saying I want to say to y'all, nothing tastes as good as healthy feels. And so, when children, are eating these good meals and they taste these good meals and they're eating and entice their palates, there's no sugar or nothing that you can give anybody, kids, adults, or whatever, nothing that can match that taste as good as a healthy body, a healthy life feels.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to bring it back really quick too. When it comes to kind of what we're talking about, why do you guys think we often are tempted to pick straw instead of picking brick? Why do you think that's even a thing? If we know that brick's better, why do we pick straw?
It's easy. When I talked about the hiring process, it's a quick fix. You need it now. You want it. You need it now. It's a quick. We're not looking ahead, out at the future. Of different things. On the surface, it looks like there's no consequences. So you just go, this is what I need, and I need it now. So you're just not forward thinking at all.
Most of the time and money. That's usually one of the things. I don't have a lot of time. I just need this thing real quick. Yeah, I know it probably won't sustain me or sustain us, but it's a quick fix. Money. I don't have the money to do the big thing, so let me do this little thing. And then you find yourself doing several little things and still needing to do the big thing. So time and money.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to say kind of the same thing as you guys were saying about what takes you short term, long term. Like the long term is not always sexy. Like
No.
it's just not. Like for example, like deciding to do like life insurance. That is not, like, paying that each month does not feel good, but like long term, it's amazing, right? And so like, I just kind of think with these long term decisions, like, yeah, it doesn't look good. If you think about what it takes to build a straw house, you keep your hands clean. It's nice, it's neat. You can just use a little bit of maybe string or something. Just make straw with brick. Have you ever seen like construction people make brick houses? Like it's a mess. It can be a mess. I'm not saying like long term is always going to be a mess, but it's just saying like it's a process, and it takes patience. It takes time. It takes accuracy. Like and so, even though making a short term straw house or even like a stick house may seem like the way to go, like just going for those long term decisions can really pay off when the big bad wolf comes, whatever that ends up being.
And the big bad wolf will come.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
The
coming.
wind does blow.
It does.
Storms do come.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Yeah.
That's just life.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. But yeah, do you guys have anything else that you wanted to say about this topic at all? I know it's kind of we keep going about how it could apply to things, but yeah.
I think I've summed up what I'd like to say. I think.
Summed up?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hope it it's beneficial for you guys in some kind of way. Just remember to build stuff on brick. You know,
Yeah.
a straw is easy, but just build on brick. I promise. You'll be glad you did. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, now we're kind of back in the groove. You'll see us back here more often. So every other week you can look for us. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. All right, have a good one.